Hi and welcome back. In this lecture we will deal with body equipment as interface and how the shift from analog to digital has affected the interaction between user and product. Fashion has always acted as immediate interface with the surrounding environment by constantly communicating and perceiving emotions, experiences and meanings. By the same token, body equipment becomes a channel through which to communicate the multiple meanings and ultimately act as interface between individual human beings and the rest of the world. Body equipment has always played the function of a second skin able to perform on one side material functions, protect, hide and attract, and the other side cultural functions, producing information about our identity. However, with the digital revolution, even though body equipment still plays the same role of material and cultural interface, the feature of the interactions enabled have become more complex. But how has interaction changed over time? Experiments on smart materials and the transition from analog to digital have significantly changed the nature and the characteristics of the interaction. We have moved from a type of experience between user and product that was mainly given by inert analog components and that was based on voluntary inputs and with mostly visual and tactile outputs, to the not always controllable reactivity of smart materials to wearable technologies able to engage all senses in the interaction, producing quantifiable outputs and with the possibility to collect and exchange data with the system. Given the evolution brought by the transition from analog to digital, it is possible to identify three different systems where body equipment plays the role of interface. These three systems are the linear analog system, the closed-circuit dynamic system, and the open-circuit dynamic system. Let's start with the first one. Traditional fashion products tend to have two levels of interaction, mostly between user and product-owned body. We can define it as a linear analog system in which the product is configured as an interface tool. However, there are particular fashion objects that are conceived with the function of allowing specific interactions. They are called relational products. The second system is the closed-circuit dynamic system. Here, the smart fashion products are able to generate dialogue, so a dynamic closed-circuit interaction, thanks to the reactivity of the materials with which they are made of. Lastly, there is the open-circuit dynamic system. In fact, digital technologies and the internet have further modified the system, and this turns the product into a process, an interface subject, reactive, trackable in time and space, able to communicate with other interfaces. Moreover, in this system, the user becomes an intermediary. This is an open system whose data, resulted by the interaction, is then sent and stored in the system in a continuous dialogic relationship. What is more, products with embedded technologies can create multiple levels of customization based on voluntary inputs such as touch, voice and sounds, or involuntary inputs such as pressure, bend and motion, and may have tangible outputs such as LEDs, electronic wires, e-ink, displays and thermochromic inks, and or intangible outputs such as data and information. In this way, digital technology adds a new meaning to the concept of made to measure and customizable. These products become responsive, interactive interfaces that can react to consumer stimuli, adapting and evolving with them and producing quantifiable data. Products with embedded technology can become an integral part of the body and can enhance it while originating new kinds of action and behavior. This expanded categorization envisages the enhanced human body as the main actor in a system of wide-ranging connections. It is especially useful because it emphasizes the importance that wearable technologies have in extending the body and enabling it to perform new interactions in a complex relational system. These definitions, nonetheless, pay little attention to those aspects linked to sensory experiences. Indeed, the digital technology's enhancement of human perceptions has led to a new definition of the latter. Some businesses are now moving into this direction and are developing projects to enhance human beings' ability to feel through their senses, like the NorthSense project, developed by the CyberNest. But there are also other projects which avail themselves of these sensory interferences to generate amplified and immersive experiences for all consumers. Some link touch with hearing and add tangible dimensions to music, as do the Mimu gloves. There are also other products which associate hearing with sight, like the jackets which Qt Circuit designed from the U2 360 Tour. Tesla has designed a gaming suit that makes virtual reality perceptible to the touch thanks to haptic technology embedded through the garment. To conclude, during this lecture we have seen that thanks to the transition from analog to digital and the implementation of products with embedded technology, the interaction of the user with the product creates an immersive and engaging experience, strengthening the metaphor of the product as a second skin for the body.